because they need to be more well known.
Okay, so good morning. Thank you so much for the invitation. My name is Farinelli. I am an agriculture economist based in Brazil. And I'm here to share some of our experiences. As you know, Brazil is a continental country, and our GP in Brazil has a large portfolio. Right now we have about 11 active projects. Most of our loans are subnational. And I will take Santa Catarina State to share the experience with you. Santa Catarina is a state in the south of Brazil. They are known to be quite developed compared to other states, right? The northeast and the north of Brazil. 20% of the population live in rural areas. Just giving some numbers. 90% of farmers are actually, farms are small size, and they are responsible for 70% of agricultural GDP in the state. So it's a very important sector in the state. They produce some of the very important crops for Brazilian food, the rice and the beans and the livestock. And despite the macroeconomic gains and development, there are still uneven economic opportunities, especially in the rural areas, for women, for indigenous people, and for the youth. So I'm going to provide two parts this presentation. One is why the state decided to focus on rural youth employment. The challenge is that in Santa Catarina, the farmers are aging, and the children are leaving because they have opportunities to go to the urban centers for education, for better access to public services, for better wages, so they are leaving. And I'm sure that this is a problem that not just Brazil is facing, many of our countries are facing as well. So the opportunity is that the agricultural sector in the States to grow, it needs to invest on better qualified and efficient workers, you know, in the sector. And we have the hypothesis that young people, they usually are more likely to incorporate innovation in agriculture. So it's an investment that the state is doing. In Santa Catarina, we have a loan now, an active project, is $90 million for basically on a productive alliance approach, you know, investments to increase the family farming's productivity, investing in complementary infrastructure, roads, connectivity, water systems, and climate resilience. But the state decided to pilot interventions targeting the youth, exactly to try to address those problems. The farmers were saying, you know, when they're preparing the project, the farmers were saying, well, I'm investing on my farm, I'm investing with the bank and the state on my farms, and they are becoming businesses, and then my children are leaving, no one will take the lead on that. So basically, we're targeting pilot interventions three ways. One is tailored training to the rural youth in ICT tools, how to use them, production management to develop leadership. We also have an agreement with the father, the parents, so they will give the children some piece of land or livestock for them to design and implement projects, production projects, and they have this technical assistance from the state to introduce innovation. And also the project is financing the provision of ICT tools. So if they need for the projects computers, tablets, or any other type of technology that we can afford, we will find for them to improve the access to information, innovation, and so on. So here are just some of the pictures. You know, they are being trained in production and management and how to use ICTs, right? Because the state said, okay, before you leave to the urban areas, let me at least give you an option to see agriculture as a business, you know. So here they are basically being trained, and here are some of the pictures, the pilot projects. So the young farmers, let's say, together with the fathers, they designed projects to introduce some technologies to their production. So we have examples in livestock. We have examples in cropping and vegetables and fruits and other production, and also to non-agricultural activities. Okay. So we still have preliminary results because we are now preparing the ICR of this project, and we are doing all sorts of evaluation, to measure the impacts on rural youth immigration, income generation, innovation, productivity. But we basically trained over 1,900 young people, and we financed for over 400 projects, pilot projects. But what I can share right now is that the bank was invited to participate in an event in Santa Catarina with the governor. They were just hosting an event to provide awards to the most innovative projects led by the young people. And I was representing the bank, and I was very surprised because it was over 2,000 young people in the room, They came on stage to get the awards, and they shared extremely important information. They said, before this, my father would not take me seriously, my ideas, and I couldn't see any future in my family's business. But after that, I have a better relationship with my father. I really see this as an opportunity. But some of them said, I still need to go to the city to get education because this is important in my generation now. So the governor came into the stage and said, listen, the next generation of projects that we're going to design in Santa Catarina, this is not going to be a pilot intervention anymore. This is going to be the main intervention of the project because this is very important. The results are showing very good results in terms of employment, in terms of innovation for the agricultural sector. And don't leave for education. I will talk to the Minister of Education to try to bring agricultural universities to the countryside so you can work in your business and you can get your degree. Right? So this is still a proposal, but the next generation of project we will try to push for that. The second story is, okay, this is the third project with Santa Catarina that we are financing. So we have an engagement of over 30 years with them. And the state is supporting the smallholders to increase productivity, become more climate resilient, and adopt climate-smart agricultural innovation. But now, who is going to provide that innovation, right? The challenges are that the large farmers in Brazil, there are companies providing solutions for their problems, but there are not many for the smallholders. There's a gap, a technological gap. There's also market failures because the interest SMEs, they have no idea they have no market information where they are because they are all over the state. They have low income. They don't know how to work with them. They don't know how to provide technology for this type of clients. And second, today in Santa Catarina and many parts of Brazil, government is the provider of technological solutions. So they spread out the private initiatives. Those are some problems. So here comes the Launchpad initiative. This is a collaboration with the TNC GP. They have a trust fund, and this is quite innovative even for the bank staff because we have to compete for the money by stages. So we apply and present a business case. Okay, we want to support climate-smart agriculture for smallholders in Brazil. We need to go, so they give a little bit of money to go back to Brazil and to really bring a true case, okay? So basically, I'm going to focus on the last two pictures over there. So imagine there is like the small farmers and the startups, and when the smallholders go to procure technologies, they go to the market and try to buy technologies. And SMEs could provide the technologies, but this is not the case yet in Santa Catarina. So basically, different actors in the state, the private sector, the public sector, universities, by themselves, they cannot provide solutions to SMEs problems, for them to reach the market. So what we're trying to do through Launchpad is to create a synergy among those stakeholders so they can build solutions, in different types of solutions, financial, market information. There's all kinds of services they can provide that they will then support the SMEs to then support the market. So it's not the bank is not supporting directly the farmers as we usually do. The public sector supporting the farmers. And we're going to do the private sector now, supporting the private sector to better understand and go forward. we do that? As I said, Launchpad is quite innovative. We build blocks by using design thinking. When we do project preparations, we have sorts of missions and meetings, and we try in a very short time to put together the data that we need to make the interventions. Here, we have a little bit more time to work because this is a learning experience for us as well. So basically, we use different types of methodologies like stakeholder interviews and meetings. We identify the key actors that must be involved. We go there and we present, we try to convince and we listen to them. We do workshops with SMEs to understand the stakeholder mapping. So usually this type of exercise, the SMEs are in the center of the universe, as we call, and they have to map all the important stakeholders that are around them. And what are the exchanges between these two things? So we can identify the failures through that process. We also, following the SMEs and workshops, we try to identify with them the challenges, work with the 19 dimensions of challenges, so they have to select and really describe their feelings, and it's really from the heart, so we have a great feeling of what they are feeling to identify their challenges and their opportunities, because this later will be translated in services. What the CIC, the Center of Climate Innovation, will provide a service. And something that happened that was really interesting in the last mission, that some SMEs said, we don't know the family farmers, we don't know where they are. So we said, okay, we'll take you there. We know where they are, so we'll take you there. So we selected 10 SMEs, went to the field to visit some value chains, and it was amazing because as the farmers were explaining their product, doing nothing. So imagine if you have stakeholders focused on really helping SMEs to face their challenges, right? So just some of the preliminary results as well, because we're still now in the business phase, and now I was talking to Alex. I'll need to take him to Brazil to help me to design the business model. This is amazing to be here, to be exchanging ideas. After 2 missions, we identify a series of stakeholders that are extremely excited to work with us. I mean, we could not meet with some of them, and they are calling us all the time. Next mission, be sure that we talk, because we have things going on already, and we want to partner with you. So it's really interesting to see the enthusiasm in the field. As I was mentioned, just by this mission, 4 business well consolidated. I don't have much time to talk about them, but it was amazing to see, for example, in the fish farming, the farmer was said, I have to wake up 2 times at the night to turn on and turn off the oxygen tanks. And the SME, and one of the SMEs said, do you have a connectivity here in the farm? Yes, I have internet. Well, I can give you an app that you link. You link the system to and you can program, you can be in New York, you can be in any place, and then you can turn on and off your tanks with no problem whatsoever. So they went aside to design how to do a business together. And so on. There are other very interesting. The one I want to mention, because this is how we scale up. A drone, SMU was visiting, we were visiting with them, this large cooperative of rice in the States. They have 700 small farmers as associates. And the firm said, well, how about you using drones in your crop, to measure the quality and your crops? And the small farmers were like, no, this is too technological, we don't need that. This is not, no. They're very risk averse, very, so he said to the president, to the president of the cooperative, can we make like a business? I'm very good with soy, but I'm not very good with rice. So can we partner? Like I bring my drones, no cost to you. You give me a little piece of land, and we together design the technology. Design the modeling. And then if it works, 700 other farmers will see that and can adopt that technology. So it's very interesting to see how things develop if you just put actors to talk together. And we saw, just by that, we identify some services that the center can provide. Networking, they need to meet with partners, they need to meet financial institutions, extensionists, they have no idea about EPAGRE. EPAGRE is one of the largest, one of the most efficient extension agents, public extension agents in Brazil. And they have no idea idea that the Pagri has all the information about the sector. Yes, that's my last slide, actually. And then the training, technical assistance, and market research and funding. So there are potentials that we are working. Now we are going back in 2 weeks to the Santa Catarina to now formalizing the business side. And it would be so great to share more about this experience with you and also to learn so we can take successful models to there. So thank you so much.
Sharing your excitement and passion, and I told you in the beginning that if we prepare these projects differently, they'll come with different solutions. And I think this is exactly how we should prepare the next generation of projects. And I think this is happening in many places. Innovation centers and incubators become central part of the way we prepare these projects from the very beginning. And you can see now technology and SMEs and problems of farmers coming together in interactive